It's a little after 7 p.m. on Friday, April 4th, and I'm just crashed out on the couch because I'm still sick. I haven't watched in a while, but I watched Rachel Maddow this evening. And for those of you who did not see her program this evening, she did part of a segment on Donald Trump and tariffs and where this is all coming from, at least in part. I mean, Trump's always had a hard on for tariffs, going back to the 80s and the 90s. And he was always talking about other countries ripping us off and all of this stuff. And, but and this is true, during his first term, he tasked Jared Kushner with finding him a top shelf economic advisor. And so Jared Kushner, with all of the connections that Jared Kushner has, all of the wealth that Jared Kushner's family has, Jared Kushner, in order to find Donald Trump a top economic advisor, went to Amazon and started searching for books about economics. And he found a book called Death by China. He didn't read the book. He saw that the book was written by a guy named Peter Navarro, who became Trump's senior economic advisor during his first term. Now, Peter Navarro was involved in the Green Bay sweep to try to steal the 2020 election, to overturn the 2020 election. He refused to honor a subpoena from the January 6th committee. He put on trial. He was convicted. He went to prison for 4 months. Just hang with me for a minute here. He got out of prison in the middle of the Republican National Convention last summer in Milwaukee, as Republicans simultaneously were crashing the Grindr app. And that Wednesday of the convention, he got out of prison and went to the convention for a primetime speaking slot. But so Kushner finds Peter Navarro, and they start having a little back and forth. Peter Navarro's like super gung-ho on tariffs and loves tariffs. And to support his theories, he keeps citing this other economic expert named Ron Vara, V-A-R-A. And as Navarro's having his back and forth over time with Jared Kushner, this guy Ron Vara, he starts circulating these economic memos around Washington, D.C. And it's like, Ron Vera has had really good things to say about Peter Navarro and his books. And in these memos, he's hyping up Peter Navarro. And so then Trump finally brings Peter Navarro into the White House and makes him his economic advisor. Well, it turns out that Ron Vera doesn't exist. He's a fabrication. And when you rearrange the letters of the name Ron Vera, you get the name Navarro, Peter Navarro. He made up an expert to support and endorse his own work just by rearranging the letters of his own last name. Ron Vera, Peter Navarro. That is the level of stupid that we're dealing with right now. And of course, Peter Navarro is back in the White House now as Trump's economic advisor. After having served 4 months in prison, he's a convicted felon. Ron Vera, Jared Kushner, Amazon, Peter Navarro, prison, White House, crashing the economy. I mean, destroying the U.S. economy, which is going to have ripple effects all around the globe. It's a self-inflicted, intentional destruction of the global economy. And we're all just letting one guy do this. How the fuck are we all just hanging out and letting one guy destroy our entire economy on purpose? Ten weeks. It's been 10 weeks. He's destroyed our economy. He's destroying the global economy. He has destroyed all of our alliances that had been in place for 80 years, sometimes longer. One guy. And we're all just watching it happen. How is that possible?